Well, you have Mars and Leo, so right now you have more energy to do something about it. Uranus and Aries. This month is a good time to take initiative in terms of how you would want to sell the house. This is the main preoccupation, right?
Right.
I think you have to find new ways to do it. If you can instigate things yourself. Aries is a sign that has to do it themselves, so it's hard for you to get other people necessarily always to do it for you. So, I don't know exactly how you could do it. If you could post a message, in the local, someplace that you feel there would be a lot of traffic that people might want to come and look at your house, for you to initiate some of the activity yourself, it would be a good idea.
Okay.
I'm sorry I have to go. I've got lots of other calls, but if you could call back, we could talk about it further.
Okay.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you for calling. And by the way, you're going to be here Monday also, am I correct?
Right.
Okay. Let's get to the next caller. This is Joanne on line 4. Joanne is calling from Somers, July 4th, 1951. 7/4/51. Happy Independence Day and all that good stuff. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Mary.
Hi there. How are you?
Good.
Did you have a particular question?
I do. I went back to college to get my nursing degree, and I came down with Lyme's disease.
Oh. Well, I guess you went into the right business.
Well, I don't know about that. But what I really am trying to figure out now is
Is what?
trying to figure out which direction I should go in. Should I stay? I'm very creative. I like the law a lot. I was thinking kind of integrating the medical and the law. I wasn't sure, exactly how long it will take me to do that, but I really am looking for a career direction at this point.
You have a lot of planets in Cancer. You have the Sun in Cancer, the Moon in Cancer, Mercury in Cancer, Mars in Cancer, Uranus in Cancer. Cancer is a sign that likes to take care of people. It's not that your intellectual side, the law, one tends to think of the law as being, more of a warrior kind of thing. So I think that with all these planets in Cancer, what you want to do is nurture, and I think nursing is a good thing, or anything to do with food. If you would want to help feed people, that would be a very good thing.
Right.
I would stick to that versus the law. The law is a certain kind of warrior spirit that I think you have a bit. You have Jupiter in Aries, but really the Mars in your chart in Cancer is not. It's not so much about going to battle, going and being, someone that, like Spartacus or something, which is always the way I think of lawyers. So I think that yours is more about taking care of and nurturing. Okay, so I think that the nursing is a good idea. I have to go. Could you call back? We'll talk about it some more.
Bye.
Okay, thanks,
Okay,
bye.
thank you for calling. Dennis is holding on line 5. Dennis is from Somers. Date of birth is November 7th, 1949. Dennis, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Morning, Mike. It's nice to see you early in the morning, especially 6 o'clock.
Oh. Why are you up at that hour is the first question from Mary Michele. Good morning, Dennis. You're on with Mary Michele.
I can tell
Hey, Mary,
you.
how are you?
I can tell you why. He's a Scorpio. He's a hard worker. He's got
Is he a Scorpio? Is he a Scorpio?
11/7/49.
No, I'm a Scorpio.
Yes.
I thought you-
No, he's a Cancer.
No, I'm July 5th.
He's
Okay. Mary, I was wondering how things would be going with my family. I called you a few days ago about my luck, so I was just wondering about my family, things around my family.
okay. 11.
Smile when you're talking about Scorpios, Mary, please.
I'm sorry?
Smile a little bit when you talk about Scorpios.
I like Scorpios. I do. They're just very intense, the nature of focus, and lots of times it can be a little uncomfortable.
Yes.
But it's okay. I think it's a good thing. We all need to be shook up.
Mm-hmm.
And Scorpios are definitely good at it. In terms of your family, the 7, 11/7, okay, Moon in Gemini, Mercury in Scorpio. The Moon really, is how you deal with women in general. It's how you perceive your mother. Usually, I know psychology always says that men look for women that have a little bit of their mother in them. And this is not a bad thing. I think today psychology tries to tell us that, stay away from that. But it's human, it's normal, it's natural. You just have to find the right balance for it. So with the Moon in Gemini, you have a tendency to see women as being very ambidextrous. You know, they kind of change a lot. It's like you like variety. There must have been something in your mother that she either intellectually or physically or in some way could change. She would change herself, and it made for lots of stimulation and fun. But sometimes perhaps the feelings would get, there wouldn't be enough time for them. Gemini is about things that move too fast. So the way that you relate to women sometimes is that you want them to have this kind of diversity.
Okay.
Now, this is something to work with. It's fun. You know, you can have fun with it.
Okay, very good. Thank you,
Thanks.
Mary. I'll call you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
bye-bye.
Thank you, Dennis. Somebody's up at that hour. It's 9:45 at WVIP. We still have a winter weather advisory in effect. We're going to get back to the phones and back to Mary Michele in just about 30 seconds. Snow, 3 to 6 inches of accumulation by the time it ends, hopefully about noontime, and then maybe changing over to some rain before ending later today, slow clearing tonight. 33 outside at the moment. We'll be back with Mary Michele in a half minute.
Well, thank goodness it's Friday, and for those of you who worked all week long dealing with whining, complaining, sniveling little brats, or if you have kids, them too. Teddy's Nightclub at the Holiday Inn Mount Kisco has your sanity waiting. Come on, loosen up that tie. Take off those high heels, because it's a giant TGIF happy hour party from 4 till 8 tonight. Friday night, with an all-you-can-eat hot and cold buffet. So back up the computer early and head straight to Teddy's Nightclub after work. Teddy's Nightclub at the Holiday Inn Mount Kisco, exit 37 off the Sawmill River Parkway. Teddy's Nightclub at the Holiday Inn Mount Kisco.
All right, let's get back to the phones now with Mary Michele taking your calls on astrology. Susan, good morning. You're calling for your son. His date of birth is March 21st, 1971. Susan's calling from Mount Kisco. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike. And my son is 3 years older than yours, right?
I would guess that's right. You called the other day.
Yes, and Mary Michele asked me to call back.
Okay. You have to remind me a little of what we were talking about.
You said my son was a hard worker.
Yes.
I told you he wasn't really happy with what he was doing right now.
Okay, 3/21/71. That's his birthday, right?
Yes.
Okay. Did I talk to you about the fact that you are being helpful to him?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. The moon in Capricorn. He has the moon in Capricorn. He worries tremendously about money.
It does?
Yeah. It's very, the material world is something that he really would like to have a firmer grasp on. And having the sun in Pisces, it's difficult for him because Pisces is really kind of a spiritual sign. It's not about the material world. If you think about water, water has no boundaries. Water goes everywhere. It's very compassionate, caring, and gets along with a lot of people. Capricorn is about structure. He has the moon in Capricorn. So you, in a way, help him with this structure and this idea of learning how to make money, but it's very difficult for him. It takes him a long time to figure out how to create those structures, and it has been for the last 5 years. Ever since the Berlin Wall came down. But he's rebuilding now, and as of, the beginning of April, the first week in April, he's going to have a lot more energy. So I think the main thing that you can do for him is just encourage him. Because he trusts you. He knows that you're very solid and that you're always there. Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling. And they call her Mary from Katona, July 29th, 1962. Mary, you're on with Mary Michele. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm going to be finishing 2 years at WBI, Westchester Business Institute in White Plains.
Uh-huh.
Well, and I graduate in May, and they've got a placement program, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. But I also was just introduced to a home business for be an entrepreneur.
Right.
And I know those things always take quite a few years to get off the ground, and so I am a little bit going back and forth. Should I, go out and get a job and do this on the side, or should I put all my energy into doing this entrepreneur job? And I'm just, going back and forth because, I
Can you just remind me what the job was from the school that you've just finished? What is the line of work?
A computerized office manager.
Okay, and the other thing that you're interested in is food. No, what did you say was the other thing that you wanted to do out of the home?
It's a entrepreneurial, starting your own business out of the home.
What kind of business, though?
Oh, it's a telecommunications business.
So, in general, the whole thing is communications, both at the workplace and at home.
Right.
Right. I don't see that as being, that. I think the concentration, as you say, for the time being, should be where the money's coming in. Eventually, I think that you have the moon in Cancer, you have the sun in Leo, you have the moon in Cancer. The moon in Cancer is about being very comfortable working out of your home. So I think that you're going to be able to do that, but I think it's probably good to go to the office place first so that you can set up the structure to know how to work out of your home.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that that's probably what you need to do. You do like being with people, the sun in Leo, Mercury in Leo. You like being, a lot outside and with a lot of people, and one always has to honor that. So even if you work out of the home, which will give you a comfort level, you have to find some way, eventually I'm saying, you have to find some way to, do you have children?
2 girls.
Okay, that through the children then. You'll be able to get into the outside world. Okay, is that...
Yes,
okay, thanks so much for calling.
Okay, thank you for calling. 9 minutes before the hour, still snowing outside. Time now for a look at the weather again. Snow 3 to 6 inches, and we could have snow coming till about noontime today. Deborah's been waiting very patiently on line 1. Date of birth is March 25th, 1956. She's calling from Katona. Good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call.
Oh, well, thanks for calling. Did you have a particular question?
I really wanted a general reading and just some reference possibly to relationships and any kind of changes regarding home.
Okay, you have the sun in Aries, as I'm sure you know. You have the moon in Virgo, Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Taurus, Mars in Capricorn. You're a hard worker, whether it's at your place of work or whether it's the relationship that you're working on. Is there a particular relationship right now?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, you know how to organize your time to spend time with the person, and you enjoy the work of the relationship. It's not thinking of it as being drudgery. You're pretty good at it. With the sun in Aries, you want to initiate activity all of the time, and sometimes the natural male principle is that they like to do it. So, you might want to curb that a little bit, but I'm sure that you realize that. With the moon in Virgo, it's a very good time for you over the next year through the fall in terms of your emotional life. You can learn to balance your emotional life. The moon in Virgo normally kind of physicalizes any emotional distress. Usually it goes directly to the stomach. But you, with Jupiter in Capricorn all this year and Mars in Capricorn, you're being able to use your channeling of work well, both in the workplace and your relationships, and it's also helping the moon, your area of relationships. Is that helpful? Was there something in particular?
Yes, very much so. Thank you very much.
Thanks for calling.
Thank you for calling, and happy birthday to you 4 days late. I know. I forgot to sing happy birthday. I'm sorry. All right.
You're a good singer. Go for it.
Mariah Carey didn't call me to book me, so I guess I'm not. 6:30 before the hour. Sue is on the phone today. Sue also calling from Katona. Her daughter's birthday is today. It is March 29th. Her daughter was born in 1975. Sue, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sue.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Fine.
Happy birthday to her.
Yes, I'm going to call her in an hour, so I thought I'd give her update on her horoscope today, too.
Okay. 3/29/75, right?
Right.
Okay, she's got the sun in Aries. She has the moon in Scorpio. She had a shift around Thanksgiving. Things had not been too easy. Is this your daughter or your granddaughter?
Oh, my daughter.
Your daughter. She probably is feeling better about you.
Okay.
And this started around November. It probably before that was not too good. There probably was a lot of she just couldn't resolve the issues, the mother-daughter ones that seem to be pretty basic to all of us. But she's feeling better about it.
I think so.
Yeah. Mercury in Pisces, Venus in Taurus. Good money this year. It's a good time for her to make money. It's also a good time for her to go out and and find, if she's not involved with someone, she's going to have luck in that area. She's going to look pretty. It's a year that she's going to spend a lot of time and take the time. She should take the time to look good. Is that helpful?
Yes, it's a growing year for her then.
Right, it is.
Yeah, let the kid pay for tuition now also. That's even a better idea. All right, we got time for 2 more calls. Next is Kathy. Kathy is calling from Somers. Date of birth is February 11th, 1958. 2/11/58. Kathy, you're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Kathy. How are you?
Okay.
Did you have a particular question?
I was just wondering generally how my year was going to...
Okay, 2/11. Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Cancer, Mercury in Capricorn, Venus in Aquarius. Are you involved? Are you presently involved with someone?
No.
No. Did you meet somebody in January?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. It hasn't worked out?
Just, I guess, friends or something. We haven't gone any further. I'm just getting through a divorce.
Okay. Well, I think that, the person that you met in January gave you kind of a new lease on life, so to speak. You have the Sun in Aquarius. You have a Sun-Venus conjunction. There's probably something very attractive about you in an unusual way. And this person was, you're going to get a lot of that throughout the next probably 10 years. Uranus, the ruler, the planet that rules Aquarius, went into its own sign in January. So you're bringing in new people. Now, the nature of Aquarius is that it's always a little unusual. You might like things that are a little quirky or people that are a little quirky. But I think that you ought to pursue a little further this person that you met in January, and perhaps he can be helpful. I have to go.
Okay, final caller this morning is Merle, calling from Yorktown. Date of birth is May 14th, 1943. 5/14/43. Merle, good morning. You're on with Mary Michele.
Hi, good morning. Basically, I'm interested in what you see as my financial outlook for this year.
Okay, you have the Sun in Taurus. You have the Moon in Virgo. This is harmonious. They're both earth signs. You're very, very practical. Sometimes it might, the Moon in Virgo, one tends to physicalize it in the stomach. You worry about money. But this year, in general, starting in January, and, the strongest emphasis of it will be in the fall. But you shouldn't be having any trouble with money. Mercury in Gemini, Venus in Cancer. What kind of work do you do?
I hang wallpaper.
Okay. Venus in Cancer. Venus is the creativity, Cancer is the home, so this is perfect that you that you hang wallpaper. Mars in Pisces. You haven't had much energy. The last 2 years, you haven't had the energy to go out there and make your job happen for you. As of the first week in April, you're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to be able to do... You started to feel it already last week.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, thanks. But it'll be, you'll really get it the middle to the first to the middle of April. And that will continue on. And really, you shouldn't worry about money. Taurus is very good at being able to get what they need.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
All right, thank you for calling. Thanks to all of you who called. By the way, Mary Michele, you're going to be back Monday morning at 9:05 for a full stint.
Do you think we could talk about Plato then?
Why do we want to talk about Plato? Wait a second. Now, you got me confused now. Why do we want to talk about Plato?
Well, because I think that right now, we're going through a period where we really need some inspiration. I think that the world at large needs to realize that this idea of getting in touch with oneself and understanding the nature of the solar principle, fire, and how fire is so helpful in our creativity. I don't know, Mike. I'll have to think about it a little more, but it's something that I'm very interested in.
Oh, okay. Then we're obviously going to talk about it. I guess I better go to the library and get a book out on Plato. Mary Michele, thanks for joining with us. We'll see you Monday morning. And we'll be back, by the way, Monday morning at 6. Mary Michele joining us at 9:05. Have a great day. Watch out for the snow. That's all I can say. Winter weather advisory still in effect. Snow expected to end around noontime. Maybe a period of rain. Temperatures then will rise into the low 40s. Slow clearing tonight, 25 to 30. Tomorrow, sunny in the mid-50s. Stay tuned now for ABC News at the top of the hour. Right after that, it's Lee Merrill.